So I really don't want to do it. However, I've been considering getting another LBZ or an LMM for the channel, another build. Either way, plans have changed. I've ran this kit for 2 years on my Duramax. Of course, I switched out to the HSP Diesel kit, and I thought this would only be fitting to go ahead and do this drawing. So February 15th is the cutoff for this one right here. So if you guys purchase anything on my website between January 1st, 2020 until February 15th, 2020, you are automatically entered in to win the YBridge bundle kit. So this will only work for an 06 to a 2010, so your LBZ or your LMM. But the kit is still in really good condition. Again, I ran this on my personal Duramax, the one right behind you that I have. I've ran it for 2 years, and now it's time to let it go. Basically, if you guys purchase anything on the website, any one item purchase is 1 entry. So if you buy 3 things, that's 3 entries, so on and so forth. So that's how that goes. But I hate to throw drama in the mix right here, guys. I apologize. This is kind of a sad video right here. But you know what? I think it's going to be a good learning experience, because what we're going to do is we're going to move forward after this right here. Because clearly you just saw some carnage in the thumbnail picture. It's my buddy. His name is Dakota. You probably remember him if you're an OG. A couple of years ago we did some YouTube videos on his truck. Well, unfortunately it's totaled. Dakota and I have already been driving around looking for diesel trucks already. What I want to do is I want to introduce the LML Duramax back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you some old clips of that awesome LML. I believe it was like 60 grand. And it was built, man. It was a fast truck. So I'm going to show you that. And then at the end of the video, we're going to have Dakota close it out. He'll explain his side of the story. Hey, look, guys, nobody got hurt. It's just a thing. It's materialistic. I say it all the time on the videos. If I destroyed my Duramax right now, you know what? Yes, I would be a little upset about it. I'm not going to lie. I put a lot of time, money, and energy into it. But at the end of the day, you know, I still have God. I still have my family, my body. It still works. You know, it's gonna be okay. If you get into a vehicle accident, it does really suck when you have a nice vehicle and that happens to you. So we're gonna explain all that to you guys here in a second. Thank you so much for stopping by. Stay tuned. This is a 730 horsepower Duramax. As a matter of fact, what's the torque that was put out on the dyno?
1410.
1400 foot-pounds of torque on a 2016 GMC Denali Duramax. What is that for?
Cops.
Oh, buddy. Just taking a few rips with the Duramax. Pretty pumped about this. This is actually my first time riding in the truck. Buddy. He does have the Bullseye 74mm turbo, which is the S366 SXE. The S&S 60 overs on the injectors. The upgraded CP3, the 10mm. The Suncoast Trans, of course, fully built with the converter. And then the FASS 150. I'm not going to talk about his tuning. And then, of course, he's got the cool train horns, the 20x12. There's a lot more. You know, I can keep going on and on and on about this Duramax. There's a whole lot more to be talked to about that, but basically that's what you're really going to need to really obtain 730 horsepower on the dyno. I know dynos are a little finicky, guys, but I mean, let's be real. I mean, even if it was off a little bit, we'll say 700 horsepower. I mean, it's still putting it's a lot of power in this truck, especially at 1400 foot-pounds of torque. So I see that colored matched, Worley Custom Fabrications, piping, cold air intake. Looks like you got a bigger turbo. What's up with that?
Oh yeah, S366 Bullseye definitely puts out the boost.
Wow, yeah, I bet. And the what's the wheel size on that one?
74mm.
74 mil turbo. Wow, absolutely.
Takes a little bit to get spooled up, but once it goes, it's a rocket.
Oh, I bet it is. I'm sure it probably doesn't burn very clean though, huh?
No,
once you get under it.
Pretty
big charger. What kind of transmission do you got?
Everything is built by Suncoast. You get much better than that.
Yeah, definitely. And then you also said you had some train horns, right?
Oh yeah, right here.
What's going on up here? Oh, that's neat. What's that for?
That's the pressure right there that's in the tank right now.
Oh,
It goes
buddy.
up to 200.
There's your air horn.
Turn on the train out.
That's the compressor. Wow, it's pretty loud. We got to hear this thing, man. I want to hear your train horn. Oh, buddy, man, that'll blow some of the eardrums out. Let's check this bad boy out. Yep, that's a real setup. Dang. Oh, and there's your air tank.
Nathan KL3.
What's the company?
Nathan Airtime KLA3
Cool.
or K3LA.
Nice setup, man. Kind of unfortunate that we're talking about this. Beautiful 2016 GMC Denali, so the best you can possibly get, Duramax, and he wrecked it. He wrecked it. Tell me about your LML, man. What happened to the thing?
Alright, so I was on my way home from work and I got T-boned in the side. So what happened was I was on the far side, and there's 2 lanes and there's a turn lane, and this van was in the turn lane and I'm coming and he just turns right into me, kicks me sideways into a telephone pole and totaled it. So wasn't my fault, which sucks, but
Totaled
it is what it is.
Like gone.
Yep.
So what'd you do with the truck?
Sold it.
How much?
20
grand?
20 grand.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's too bad. Why didn't you keep it?
I just couldn't afford it at the time.
So I guess we're at the point right now, Dakota, he invited me to travel with him, basically. We're gonna drive cross country, essentially, to look for vehicles to his liking, I guess. So he's buying another Duramax is what's going on. And don't get me wrong, he's no dummy. He knows about Duramax. However, I know quite a bit as well. So between him and I, my little RD Diag machine, I'm gonna plug it in, check your balance rates, fuel trim, basically go over the motor, check for blow-by, check for head gasket issues, check everything. So he's getting the best bang for his buck. What kind of what are we looking at, man? What is your flavor of choice?
I had an LBZ and I kind of want to get back and do an LBZ and just build it. It'll be strictly a summer truck.
So I know you mentioned the LBZ, and it's very interesting that you're picking an LBZ over an LML.
Spent $60 on that one. I bought it built. I mean, I did a few things to it, but it's obviously cheaper to buy it built. But,
oh, I agree. Yeah. No, and there's no harm in that whatsoever, especially if you've done your homework and you already know a lot about the truck. Right. And it's professional build. It's not something that someone cobbled together.
Right.
You have no clue what kind of tunes are sitting on it. There's just a lot of variables there. So I think you did a really good job at picking the LML. However, we got to get on the ball here. You need another Duramax because you're already going through diesel withdrawals.
I know.
I've been there. I get it.
It was hard for a while. It was heartbreaking, really, because it is pride and joy. It was almost like a kid, to be honest, but I get really attached to my vehicles.
Yeah, and you spend a lot of money on them.
Yeah, that sucked. That was hard to swallow. The most important thing is I'm alright. I can come back to my family. A lot of you guys don't know this, but I'm about to have a boy February 2nd as a due date, so he could be here anytime.
That is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now, what I want you guys to do is, actually, him and I are en route right now on this crappy, rainy, slushy, salty day. We're going to look at Duramaxes together, and I'm going to be documenting this as it progresses, okay? So we're going to be going, I know he has an eye on one in Illinois or Indiana or something. So we're going to look at that one, some other places here in Michigan. I'm going to take the camera with me, and the reason why I'm doing this is to help you guys. So if you are interested in looking at purchasing a vehicle, I think it's only fitting that you watch these next few videos, because what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to pick these trucks apart. So LBZ, what is your budget right now?
Around 20. Rust free. Has to be rust free.
Rust free around 20. It's going to be very hard to find one around $20,000. It's going to be what he's looking for.
For the grandpa truck.
For the grandpa truck. Hear you, man. I'll tell you what. So guys, other than that, I do appreciate your time as always. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Dakota's a really good buddy of mine. I've known him for a couple of years now, and we've done some really cool YouTube videos, which have gained a lot of traction over the years, and I just think it's a really great partnership that him and I have. So other than that, guys, I do appreciate your time. As always, we'll see you on the next video. Take care.